world was forever changed. My mother was magnificent. And he took it all from me.
Who do we have here?
She's from a place of abundance. This is our destiny.
My childhood, my mother, I want them back. I want them back!
Whatever you have to do, however long it takes, promise you'll find your way home. Protect the green place.
It's time to take what's rightfully ours!
Hello, it's Trinidad the Islandman, your Island Man, coming to you live once again from beautiful Hawaii here on the island of Oahu, bringing you, yes you, the best movie reviews on the entire island of Oahu. And yes, this is Trinidad the Islandman, your Island Man, and opening weekend, last night, Thursday night, I went ahead and saw on May 24th, 2024, the new George Miller movie, Furiosa, a Mad Max Saga. And well, without further ado, remember our rating scale, shock a thumbs up, it's good to see, I recommend it. Shock a thumbs down, it's junk, I don't recommend it. And for Mad Max, I'm sorry, not Mad Max, Furiosa, a Mad Max Saga, it is overall a shock a thumbs up. Now what can I say about this movie? It is a direct prequel to the last Mad Max movie, Fury Road, and basically it is the origin story of Furiosa. Remember Charlize Theron's character in Fury Road that teams up with Mad Max to rescue these women from being held hostage by Immortal Joe. Well, this is her tale before Fury Road. And basically it takes place where she is a child, living in the green with her mother and the occupants of the green, as you saw in Fury Road. However, she is taken captive at a young age, probably about 10 or so, and basically forced into kind of surviving / slavery, trying to get back however possible to the green where she was raised, and the tormentor of her main persecution is not Immortal Joe, yet it is Chris Hemsworth's character, Dementis, who happens to be basically a overlord, a warlord of a large group of scavengers throughout the wasteland, who comes across this girl, finds out where she's from, or at least in general, a land of plenty, and getting directed to Immortal Joe's compound that we see in Fury Road, believes that is where she is from. Because he does have an abundance of water and food, and a good setup with ammunition and fuel provided by other outposts / colonies, which Dementis Chris Hemsworth thus takes over. Now, Furiosa in this movie is not played by Charlize Theron, being very much younger. It is mainly cast into Anna Taylor-Joy, who does an okay job. She's no Charlize Theron, but she gets the job done. Unfortunately, she's only in half of the movie, as it is a small child who continues through mainly the first half of the movie until her teenage years, where Anna Taylor-Joy can pass as that teenager, being so young looking and still super skinny. Do I buy her as Charlize Theron's character at the end? finally at the end, when she has developed into the hardened road warrior herself, Furiosa, we do see her being able to kind of capture what Charlize Theron had portrayed in the Mad Max Fury Road movie itself. So after that, you know, finally, after she is crafted, but, you know, and forged, she is a passable version for Charlize Theron at that point. We find out how she loses her arm. We find out, you know, what she had to go through, how she becomes kind of this, you know, tanker driver for the Immortal Joe after escaping from Dementis for many years, after being held captive for many years. After that, basically how she becomes this great tanker driver is that she runs across a Mad Max-like road warrior kind of personality, very much looking like the road warrior, almost a younger version of Mel Gibson himself, who, fortunately for her, has a moral compass and kind of teaches her the ropes of the road. And thus, you know, she is able to go ahead and learn and still, despite being persecuted all these years, find love in this situation. Yet again, unfortunately, spoilers, Dementis takes that from her, like he steals her childhood, as she says in the trailer, and thus, you know, decides to go and, instead of trying to find her way home, seek vengeance and revenge on Chris Hemsworth's character Dementis, leaving only her new oppressor, Immortal Joe, until we find her escape in Fury Road years later. Is this a shock and thumbs up? Yes, it is a shock and thumbs up. Is it as strong as Fury Road or some of the other Mad Max movies? No. Mad Max Road Warrior still is the #1 movie. I'd say followed up by Fury Road, being secondary stronger, but this is a good third edition. Yes, I know Tina Turner was great in Thunderdome, but still, that, you know, it was a weak movie overall, be it PG-13, Vice, the rated R of the Road Warrior, Fury Road, or Furiosa. This is a hard R. There is a lot of cussing. There's a lot of bad language. There's a lot of blood and violence. And it is glorious, as George Miller can always portray in these movies. But this does re-spark the Road Warrior mythos, world, universe, cinematic universe, if there is such a thing. And it proves that you don't need Mel Gibson. You don't even need the Mad Max persona. You just need the setting of the world, this apocalyptic future where people are struggling to survive, find fuel, and battle on the road in immense machines of their own crazy designs. This movie has it all. And, you know, whatever happens, I certainly hope there's another and more expansion of this world, as Furiosa, a Mad Max saga, certainly does. Really delving into this world much more than any of the other films, except the very first Mad Max movie all those years ago back in the 70s. All right, mahalo and aloha.